Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is a tutorial. Now, I've been doing a lot of affordable drugstore makeup tutorials, hauls, and all of this and all of that. But today's tutorial is using high-end products. So these products are definitely on the pricier side. You know, they hurt the little bank account a little more. I'm just overall excited for this tutorial. You guys know I'm here for the makeup, the love of makeup, the fun part of makeup, and I'm excited. I will keep having these tutorials for you guys as long as you continue to enjoy them. So if you want to see how I did this look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started with this video, this tutorial. I am going to be trying out a lot of higher end makeup products, more expensive makeup products. We are usually testing out drugstore makeup, which I personally love. There's nothing wrong with drugstore makeup. I love it, especially e.l.f. I've been telling you guys. But I have a few products that I haven't played with that are just sitting there that I purchased, like this Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which I was so excited for. And I've just been buying other makeup, drugstore that kind of stayed behind. So I want to play with this for today. Is going to be first impression. I'm also going to be playing with this Pat McGrath lip gloss. I just want to test it out. I don't have a like super new foundation, but this one is the newest one to me that I have been testing out. So this is what I'm going to be using today. I have this palette that I want to play with, the Too Faced Born This Way, before I do the dupe video for you guys. And I think the most affordable product is going to be this Hipdot Sandy Cheeks 4-shade highlighter palette from their Spongebob collection, which, if you guys know my love for Spongebob, this is what we're going to be playing with, and it's the most affordable per se. So let me give you a rundown of the skincare, or like the prep I did for my skin. So usually at night I do my longer, more extensive skincare routine. It has a lot more steps, and I use my Glow Recipe sleeping mask, the watermelon one. I love that stuff, and I have been like applying a lot. You don't need a lot, but I've personally been applying a lot just because I feel like I notice more of a difference when I apply more. But when you apply a lot of product of that mask, you do get kind of like, it starts like balling up throughout the night, which personally I don't really mind. So in the mornings I just like to rinse my skin. I don't do any cleanser and let it, you know, air dry, and then I go in with my Laneige cream skin toner and moisturizer. Clearly you guys can see I love this stuff. I am almost out. This is a product I will be repurchasing 100%. Once I let that dry, then I go in with my Sunday Riley Tidal brightening enzyme water cream, and this is a moisturizer. I absolutely love it. I got one in my BoxyCharm, finished it completely, fell in love. I was missing it, so I repurchased it. So that's the prep I did for the skin. Okay guys, so this primer, we're gonna let it sink into the skin a little, but you can clearly tell the difference it made in my skin. It didn't necessarily mattify it, but it did calm the shine down since I just applied the dewy skin mist. And you guys know this stuff gives you the glow, like major glow. You guys saw how my skin was, how dewy and glowy it looks, which I don't mind it. I like that hydration and that glowiness on my skin prior to applying my foundation. I do not set my skin with this ever. I tried it twice and I was a glowy grease ball. It's just not for me to set my skin, but I like it to prep my skin because I've told you guys, even if you have oily skin, your skin can be dehydrated. So you have to make sure that you really moisturize, that you use a moisturizer for oily skin if you want to. I use the ones that are hydrating and, you know, give your skin that full hydration. But I like that it's a more clean application as opposed to this. I mean, yes, you can get like a little spatula or a little something, but most of the time I forget and I just put my finger in there. Of course, I'm always like sanitizing, washing my hands before I do my makeup, but you know, it still feels like it's a bit cleaner, something like this, and it definitely feels a bit more luxurious on the skin. Okay, now the foundation I'm going to be using is this Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. This foundation in particular has 100 shades, and it is a long wear foundation and concealer. I don't usually tend to use foundation and concealer like this style of product. I won't use it for my concealer. I'll just use it for foundation. And I have mine in the shade MN5. And I feel like this is a really good match for me. It's not too light and it's also not too orangey. I don't find that it oxidizes, and it definitely does have full coverage. Now, the best way I've found to apply this foundation is definitely with a brush. I've tried sponges, but I just don't feel like it gives me that coverage that I want, and I feel like I have to use more product, and I don't know, maybe it's just a sponge I have used to apply it that I just prefer it with a brush. So it does come obviously with a pump, which I have not used. I just like to open it and use the concealer applicator, so it's double. The brush that I have found that I really like for it is the flat kabuki brush from Mola Brushes, and this was from one of their Dragon Fairy sets. I'll put a picture right here of the set, but I really like this. It's, you know, it's a flat kabuki, really nice. You guys know I have discount code with them. It's always in the description down below. Don't feel like you need to use it, but if you would like to buy something from them and save some cash flow, girl, I got you. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the first application, and I find that it gives me a good application. So I do half of the face at a time because this foundation tends to dry a little bit quicker, which is, I mean, it's still fine to work it half the face at a time, and you guys can see it gives a nice finish. It's not completely matte. I would say it's like a satin matte or a soft matte, but once I set it, you know, it's completely matte with my powder. Okay, and that's how the foundation looks. I find that my pores aren't that visible. I mean, of course you can see them because I only did the Tatcha liquid canvas. So definitely I feel like with this format, it fills the pores in a bit more, although I don't mind this because I just feel like overall my skin looks pretty flawless. And I like that. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look cakey. Everything's looking good so far. So the concealer I'm going to be using is from the brand Beauty Bakerie. And I heard this was a really good concealer. This is their Instabake 3-in-1 Full Coverage Concealer. And I have mine in the shade 015 Mad Batter. And it's a really nice, like, packaging. It's super cute. I like that about this concealer. It looks tiny, but it's actually super, super cute. So this is what I'm going to be using. I have tried it a couple of times and I do feel like I like it. It's a nice concealer. Now something that I will say is that the applicator is definitely different. It's more of like all around, like a triangle kind of. There we go. And I like that. I think that's nice. It's not the typical concealer wand, which is also nice that they're doing something different. Okay guys, this concealer is not the type of concealer that you can let sit a little, like to get more coverage. I usually do that with the majority of my other concealers, and I like that because you kind of let it cook into the skin a little bit and get that coverage, and then you blend it out and it's a more like flawless, seamless blend. Not with this concealer. Definitely is full coverage, and I would say it dries matte right away. There was a little patch that it created right here. I feel like this side doesn't have enough coverage, or the same coverage as this side. It was hard to blend on my nose, and I still see like a streak. Not my favorite. I've tried it before and that didn't happen. I don't know if it's the sponge I use now that's different. So I'm going to fix this a little bit just because I feel like I need a more highlighted look underneath the eye, especially on this side, and something to make my under eyes look a little more alive and moisturized. So I'm going to be using my absolute favorite Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Haven't used it on video in a long time. I have mine in the shade Vanilla, and this is a hydrating concealer in my opinion. Like, it has a nice creamy texture to where it doesn't make your under eyes feel like super dry and crepey. So I'm only going to apply this just to try and fix a little. I don't know, I hope this concealer doesn't ruin all the goodness that was going on. Now this is more like it. This is the kind of concealer look that I like. Maybe it might look too bright for you guys, but I feel like it's perfect. It's not too white, and once we do contour and all that, it just all looks a little better and more seamless. Not so sure I will be using this concealer again. Maybe I'll use it to just use it up, because you guys know I don't like to waste product, or I'll just give it to my mom or my aunt, you know. So I'm just going to set my makeup with a Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. This is just the translucent shade, and I do actually like the setting powder, so I know how it works and I know how it sets the skin. And that's how the makeup looks completely set. As you can tell, this powder adds a bit of a blurring, flawless look to the under eyes, and especially in my pore area, which I love and I can appreciate. I really like the look of the foundation. Everything, for the most part, I like, with the exception of the concealer on this specific look. So I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera. I don't have any high-end brow product. I literally always just use the e.l.f. little, what is this called? The brow liner pomade thing. And I really like it. It's what I always use. So so I won't be looking so weird with these like little micro brows. Let me get them done. I've been so excited to play with this Hipdot palette from their Spongebob collection. You guys know I love Spongebob. I did lose the clip of talking about this in English, so I had to do a voiceover for you guys. But this palette is so, so beautiful. The colors are so nice. They're so buttery and pigmented. It's not glittery. It's just a really nice glow. Like, it gives you that popping glow. And I really, really ended up liking it. It applies beautifully. I used Artist Couture brush, and then for the nose and the Cupid's bow, I used an e.l.f. brush, like eyeshadow brush, and it worked out perfectly. It applied beautifully. I'm in love with this palette. Okay guys, this Pat McGrath gloss packaging, very fancy, even though this is like cardboard packaging. It has these little, I don't even know what you would call these, little things right here on the packaging, if it'll focus. Like, yes, it is like, how do I explain it? It feels luxe. The packaging feels luxe. It feels heavy-ish. The gloss is super thin, like not heavy at all, not goopy, not thick, not sticky. Nice. Definitely nice. It feels like it's moisturizing my lips. Here we have a little swatcheroo right here. It's a nice peachy, like nude gloss with gold. And as you guys can see, it looks more pinky, like it has a duochrome to it. Really pretty, like a gold duochrome. I do like it. Let's do a little quick rundown, first impressions on the products. This, so excited to keep using it. Now, I feel like my skin looks really pretty. You can see some of my pores here and there, but it's not like, it's not super obvious. And I like that it did fill my pores in. I thought it wasn't going to. I thought it was too thin at first. I was like, oh, I can still see them. And then I applied the foundation, which this is like a quick little mini review. Love this stuff. For me, definitely it's better to apply it with a brush than a sponge. I don't know what it is. It just gives me this flawless full coverage look, and I don't need to apply so much product. I really don't feel like I'm wearing foundation because it's so lightweight. Definitely if you apply more, you're going to feel it, but for me, I love this stuff already. What else was a hit? The palette. This is something I can recommend already. So this palette, I haven't bought a Too Faced palette in ages, and this one is so good. It's such a perfect everyday palette if you're not into bold, bright colors, but this is your color story. This is amazing. It's more of a dry but pigmented and creamy formula. I don't know how to explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, when you dip your brush in, it's not going to go everywhere. There wasn't a lot of fallout, barely any. I just have a few glitter flecks from the shimmery shades, but that's about it. And I mean, they just blend so beautifully, so seamlessly. They look amazing. I'm impressed. I'm impressed in this palette. I love the packaging, love everything about it. Definitely A+ on this. The highlighter palette, A+++++. You guys know my love for Spongebob, and Hipdot did it with this highlighter palette. Do you guys just catch that glow in this palette? This is everything. Like, this I think is $16, but I'll have the price, and I'll have it linked down below. But this palette, amazing. Now, the only two products that I can honestly say that I wasn't a fan of, and you know, I will give them another opportunity, but I really wasn't a fan of them. The Beauty Bakerie concealer, I blended it out with a sponge like I did the first time, and I don't know what it was. It created like patches, and if you blend it too much, then you're not going to have the coverage, which is weird, but it only happened on one side. I don't know. It started like clumping up, and I had to like flick off the little crust it made. Not my favorite. Too Faced Born This Way definitely saved the day for this look, as you guys saw in the tutorial. And I also decided to try the Lilly Lashes mascara, the Triple X mascara, because I completely finished one of my Lancomes, and you guys know that's my ride or die mascara. So since I finished it, that's the only time I allow myself to get and open up another mascara, when I finish one. I didn't really see that it did anything for me. It coated my lashes, it gave me a nice coat, but it didn't give me a lot of length like other mascaras do. And then the star of pricey products, the Pat McGrath lip gloss. Now, is it a good lip gloss? Absolutely. Is it beautiful? Yes. Is it like, does it feel luxurious? Yes. Does the packaging look nice and chic and glam? Yes. But the formula just reminds me of a new drugstore lip gloss that I wish and I hope I have a color dupe. I'm not going to tell you guys which one it is. If you want, guess in the comments. But the formula is so similar that if there's a dupe color, I wouldn't feel like I would be missing out if I didn't have this and I had the drugstore one. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this tutorial. Let me know if you guys don't mind seeing tutorials using more expensive products here and there, even though you guys know I love drugstore and e.l.f. right now is my jam. But yeah, I wanted to have something different, you know, a little mix as well. Thank you so much for the support. I feel like I say thank you like 20 times when I'm closing out the video. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all your support. And like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.